37. And action. How's it going, YouTube? DMTombstone Belt. Back here with a brand new episode of you guys of DMTombstone Live. That's right, guys. And as you guys know, when I do DMTombstone Live, it's unsanctioned, uncensored. Anything that happens. Just try to, keep it as family friendly as possible. And if you're enjoying this live stream when you join it, make sure to like it because I'll be notified by the icons that are up there on my screen. On my screen. And as well, if you're new to my channel and want to know what I'm all about, especially with the bad boys right behind me, or as I like to say, my babies, just kidding. But about my belts, check out my main channel of 439 videos. And yeah, like, share, and subscribe, guys. There, getting close. I'm at 772 subscribers. Wow, that's a lot of subscribers. And I'm just getting closer and closer to my goal of, I'm just getting a lot closer to my goal of reaching 800. Iram, those are real bad boys. Indeed they are, Iram. But glad to see you here again, Iram. Missed you on Tuesday. Yeah, guys, if you guys didn't know, Tuesday I done a live stream there, and you're probably shocked to know that I did a live stream on a Tuesday. Well, I was off work that day. But luckily enough, I glad to be back here again, doing more live streams for you guys. And now we're in the season of fall. We're now in October. And hopefully, maybe there's a chance I may do a Halloween live stream if I'm able to get Halloween off. Maybe I may put it in as a request to take Halloween off. But yeah, be real excited to try do a Halloween live stream and a Halloween video. But in the meantime, let me give you guys updates on what's going on. As of right now, talked to a guy. I think his name was I always said his name was Zane Rajput. It's wrong. It's Rana Zama, I think his name is. Did Pez attend your last stream? I don't know if he did, but I'm pretty sure he might have watched it. I'm not quite sure. That I can never be sure of who's on the watches my streams or not. And to that, many times the guys that come to attend my stream are very busy with certain things that happen. And obviously I understand that. And of course I send the link out to Stephen Hammer, and I did send out a link to Pez as well to let him know that I'm starting to stream. And man, last night's SmackDown, boy oh boy, what can I say about that? Obviously setting up more for what's to come for Crown Jewel in Australia. Man, USA put so much ads between matches. They kind of do, but then again, they were also putting ads during the midst of the PLEs during WrestlePalooza and that. You forget ads is what makes a little extra money for the company, because now they do product placement for everything. If it's not on the ring, not on the turnbuckles, or even out on the on those LED boards, it's on the weapons they use, like the Slim Jim tables and that. Yeah, WWE is now more of a product placement for anything. What's next? Coca-Cola? 100 times tease of Randy Orton heel turn. Well, again, not quite sure how that may do, what they're going to do with that. But I know they're going to may eventually build it up to where Randy Orton wants to go for that world title. It will happen. But as of right now, they're just going to let this one-time signed-off thing happen with him versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship. Can Cody Rhodes win back to back? Or Seth frickin' Rollins finally get his one win against the American Nightmare? Yeah. Last year we had the world champion lost to the undisputed WWE champion, and the women's world champion defeated the WWE women's champion. So if the men's world champion may win this year, I'd probably see Tiffany Stratton winning the Crown Jewel Championship this year. Because normally the Crown Jewel champions are never on the exact same brand. Hi, it's me, bro. Sharangs 56. I mean Sharad, bruh. Hi, Sharad. How are you? Thank you for being a part of the live stream. Maybe show was good. SummerSlam. Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think the WWE PLEs would be a lot better if they would be able to for everyone to watch instead of spending $30 a month just to watch it on the ESPN thing. Should have kept it on Peacock. I mean, hell, NXT's PLEs are on Peacock. Why is it just them and not any other PLE? Like they're spreading PLEs for WWE all around. If it ain't like if it's sponsored for AAA and that, it's gonna be on YouTube. And if it's gonna be a normal PLE for both Raw and SmackDown brands, it's gonna be on ESPN. NXT, it's Peacock. And if it's like a Saturday Night Main Event, it'll be on normal cable TV, just like Raw. I mean, just like SmackDown, and then Raw being on Netflix. Literally, WWE is being spread through every type of service there is. If it ain't cable, then it's the streaming services, and that's just a real pain in the ass for some people. It's like, why do I want to spend nearly $200 or nearly $300 to $400 just to make sure I'm able to watch stuff for WWE? Along with, I mean, along with TNA and AEW. And don't forget, you got TNA is also on Access TV and that. What is okay? How do you say that name? You remember me? Yeah, I remember you, Sharag56. Fabio Fini. If I mispronounce that, I apologize. JD ZK. Hello, Fabio. Yeah, I don't know how you say that. Fabio Fini, I think that's his name. Again, like I said, if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Welcome to the stream, guys. Yeah. So, like I was saying, the way WWE is going now, it's kind of makes you wish that Vince was still running the thing, because he would have kept it on normal TV, if not yet the WWE Network on Peacock. Instead of it all instead of one going to Netflix, one going to YouTube, and one literally going now to the ESPN app where you gotta spend $30 a month just so you can watch it once a month, if that. WWE just put Wrestler Palooza to kill hype for AEW. There's no storyline, just business. Yeah, and their business is just making it harder to be a WWE fan when you can't even watch it for cheap. They keep the damn PLEs on Peacock. I mean, hell, you still have partnership with Peacock when it comes to NXT. How come you can't just have the ability to rewatch some PLEs on Peacock? Like, I get it. You could stream, like, now you want to have PLEs on the ESPN app, but after they're done, maybe release them on Peacock so people can rewatch it when they can't afford to get ESPN. I mean, just saying. What is this ZKKFJD internet is full of stupid people? I mean, yeah. Bye, bro. Bye, Shamang. See ya. See ya. What are you doing? Nothing much. Playing a, just playing a game. Yeah. Which game? Oh, I'm just playing Minecraft. I'm still working on my project. Right now, just building up the floors on one of these buildings. Right now, I'm working on building number 4, and then after I get it done, I gotta work on 5 and 6, and then go back to towers 1 and 2, and then maybe work up on building number 3 and 7. What is you doing? SDDFS. All right, I'm not gonna say all that, man. You're the greatest wrestler that ever lived. You own all the belts. Well, I'm not. I wouldn't say a wrestler, more like the collector. That's what I am. By the way, am just asking. Oh, by the way, am just asking. Well, just streaming and answering comments for people that are watching my stream, and just giving my thoughts and updates on what's yet to come from my channel. Like as well, like I said, I've just got messages from I think his name is Rana Zama. If I mispronounced that, I'll have to relook at it again and get it right when the order does come in. He just shipped out my order, and it should be coming in soon. And hopefully, you play Roblox? No, I don't play Roblox. Most times I just play like maybe some first-person shooters or something like that. But most times I just play Minecraft, and when I get bored of that, maybe play something else. You play Steel and Brain Rot on Roblox or some games or same games. Get excited when they see Devil Kiss. Oh, the Devil Kiss? Well, think it. I mean, people are so perverted when they see that move. I mean, think it. Stephanie Vaquer puts your head between her legs and bounces you off the mat numerous times. And think you just and people got and the sick perverted people realize her crotch is on the back of your head and her ass is literally just inches away from you. So I mean, there's a reason why she only do it to females. But if it was a male, you telling me you ain't gonna pop a stiffy while doing that? That's probably why. Bye. All right, bye, man. Hope to see you again soon. But like that's why I'm saying when I think of Stephanie Vaquer's move, that devil kiss, why people like that. Well, if you have a sick perverted mind, that's probably why. It's because the fact is the move is basically she's putting her lower region over your head and basically bumping you into the mat like she's you know well, if any kids are here on this stream listening to this, I recommend covering your ears or pause or turning it off for just for a minute. But because what I'm about to say may be a little bit vulgar or very inappropriate for you to listen to. But like I already said, this is not for kids, and this is a stream anyway, so who gives a shit? But in a way, the move is like she's fucking the back of your head with her crotch. And I mean, I and no offense on me for saying that, but I mean, come on. There's people out there that probably are excited to see that because some people wish it was them taking that type of move. Not just me. But that's why I'm thinking for people like that. It's just because they like the fact that it's some woman's crotch literally bouncing up and down on the back of someone else's head. And two, it just looks very sexy, especially because she's wearing stuff that looks like some type of lingerie or something, like leathery lingerie, like some BDSM type stuff. I'm not in. I mean, I'm not into that shit, but you kind of get my drift. So that's basically what I think of when it comes to Devil's Kiss. And of course, a lot of people are seeing because I watch up on WrestleMania, talking about how she got some tattoos, especially one about it questions that Devil's Kiss don't even hurt. Well, probably not because it's not. I mean, most moves in wrestling is not supposed to hurt, and it's supposed to look like it hurts, but it doesn't. I mean, sometimes maybe something happens and then it ends up hurt. They actually do get hurt, but they don't maybe they don't question a lot about how it's supposed to hurt. She's just smacking your head off a mat, and but most people don't realize. You think the mat is like soft and padded. It's really not. Underneath it, it's just like a typical floor mat that's taped up, and underneath that is planks of wood along with some steel beams to secure the ring, or to keep the ring flat and all that. That's all what a ring wrestling ring is. But there's also yeah, that's mostly what people don't realize about it. And as well, you could also say maybe it could hurt to the point because, or A, it could be affected because she's wrapping her legs around your neck to where you can't even, where you're starting to lose circulation or oxygen to your brain, and you start to get choked out. And that's probably why you can't fight back or try to escape it while she's slamming your head into the mat. And as well, because you think, oh, it could be easier if you just did it with your arms and stuff like that. But no, most people don't realize your legs have some more strength than your arms do. I mean, you're walking, you're running, you're standing up on your own 2 feet all the time. Your legs and feet hold more power and muscle strength than your arms do. Unless you do handstands and walk on your hands all day, then maybe it's a different story. But your legs build up more power, so hey, it's easier for to escape a grapple when someone's grabbing them with your arms than they are with your legs because they can lock in harder with their legs. Catch my drift. Some people like to get devil's kiss, but not in the head and face. Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a weird thing. It reminds me of the time when Mickey James fought Trish Stratus at WrestleMania. What was it, 21 or 22? Forget which one. I think it was 22. WrestleMania 22. And Mickey James, during a bit when Trish Stratus was trying to do a move on Mickey James reaches down and grabs her by her crotch, and then they had to cut away from the segment. But the real, like the old school tapes and that, when they show her, she does a vulgar taunt or hand signal that obviously was very inappropriate for kids. And I'm not going to talk about it or reenact that right here on camera because God forbid I don't want to go too far and then have YouTube, shut my stream down because it's just gone too far to be too inappropriate. But like I said, yeah, it is kind of a odd move. Between fingers, I see that. Yeah, I mean, then again, yeah, you got to think a wrestler's got to have a move set that is creative and it's just not the exact same as everyone else's. I mean, because they got like Braun Breaker, the Usos, Edge, Roman Reigns, Goldberg, all those characters I just talked about. I mean, yeah, they have different sets of finishing moves, but most of them like have like a Samoa drop or most common the spear. The spear is used by almost every type of wrestler I just mentioned. There, Goldberg, Edge, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and even sometimes Solo Sikoa in them. They have the spear as one of the move sets. And to me, I think that's just, well, stupid. Each wrestler should have a creative move set. Even if you do use someone's move set as like a tribute in that, at least don't let it be like something like a copy and paste type thing, like it's WWE's video games. To be honest, the Cure don't have any character. She can't even speak in English. Neither can Asuka, Kyrie, or Io Sky. I mean, they can speak broken English, or you could barely understand what they say, but most times they speak Japanese. And think of all the luchadors. Majority of them can't barely speak English. Most of them speak Spanish. That's what I'm saying. Most you don't have to speak English to know what you're doing. Even like Shinsuke Nakamura, he speaks Japanese most of the time. I mean, he can speak some English. It's just that it's different for most people to do that. Asuka has character. Well, yes and no. I mean, she used to have character, but now it seems now all she is a face painted Japanese girl who uses the mist that was famous by Tajiri and the Great Muta. I think that's his name, the Great Muta, right? The one that Japanese guy from WCW that did the mist, who was a Hall of Famer. Like she just took the mist from them and now adds to her arsenal. But yeah, I get it. She has character thing. A flashy type person that walks out with the looks like I think they call those like the Japanese mask called no mask. That literally absorb. It's like a cursed mask in Japan that absorbs like hatred and evil and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know much about Japanese legends and stuff like that, but she walks out with like a decorative no mask and stuff like that. Tiffany just doing nothing. Yeah, but then again, like I said, WWE has, as I say, it's all up to WWE that does the plotting and plans for stuff like that. So you can't blame anybody else other than WWE for stuff like that. Did you Maven video that he think top 10 wrestlers? Don't watch much of Maven stuff. You know. Then again, like I said, guys, I mean, I don't watch that stuff much, and two, I really don't care for it because then again, it's someone's opinion, and for me, everyone's got an opinion, and if you agree with it, then you agree with it. If you don't, you don't. That's what I'd say. Like people, like he has a top 10 of wrestlers, and I may have like a top 10 of wrestlers as well, and it may be different from his. But that's what I'm saying. It's opinionated. It's just someone else's opinion, and you should just take it with a grain of salt because everyone's opinions are different. Not everyone's the same. That's what makes us human beings special because we're not all the same. Maybe once in a while we could agree on something, but but I say what makes us different from other of our own kind is because the fact we can think differently, we can act differently, and we'll be okay if we're not all the same. It's just being human. YN. Hi, YN. How are you? I disagree to Maven that video. Well, yeah. Like I said, it's your opinion. You could agree or disagree with the guy. It doesn't change the fact that what he says is to his own opinion. Like people think, oh, Hulk Hogan's a racist guy and should not even be remembered even after he died. Like some people did that and all that. But there, if it wasn't for him, WWE wouldn't be as it was today. WWE would not even been remembered, and WrestleMania wouldn't be what it is today without Hulk Hogan. I mean, do I agree with what he did? No, but you can't you can't just hate the guy because of what he's. I mean, you can't disagree on. But you also can't just Hold on 1 second, folks. I mean, yeah, do you hate the guy for what he said and did for on those videos? Yes, but does it change the fact that he's just an asshole? Maybe, but again, opinionated, much different. For, well, no. I mean, yeah, what he said, that was in the past, and he apologized for it and had been forgiven. But you can't. You gotta remember for what he. I mean, you can't be honored for the bad things he did, but he did more good than bad. Yeah, he might have just said the N word one time on a video that, again, he wasn't aware he was that someone put out and was a, wasn't and didn't have permission to film him in the first place. But then again, it went out and people hated him and he got taken out of the Hall of Fame for that. But then but then it took him a while to change his ways, to apologize to the people for what he said, and they welcomed him back with open arms. And maybe some people said it was still wrong for him, that he shouldn't have done that, or not even be back in the Hall of Fame. But then again, to each their own. He is pure, kind-hearted person. Exactly. I love Maven and I subscribe to him. That's good. Yeah, Maven, I think it was just that they had no idea what to do with him. And two, he sounds close to the ECW legend Raven. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't last too long. Because Maven and Raven, when you have two of the exact same, I mean, when you have two different wrestlers but closely the exact same name, I mean, unless they rebranded him with a different name, maybe he could have lasted longer. But then again, Maven's done more uh, out of wrestling than when he was in wrestling. Because most he ever did was had a lucky chance against The Undertaker, eliminating him from the Royal Rumble with the help from The Rock, and had some good reign as a hardcore champion during the 24/7 rule. But that's all you know him for. He hasn't won any other titles, as far as I know. He's only been known as a hardcore champion. Kind of like Raven. Raven was an ECW world champion and any other ECW champion at the time. But when he was in WWE, he only won the hardcore championship. Wow, been going on for nearly 30 minutes. I'm going to try to do this for about at least 45 before I get off. But I'll tell you guys, I will be streaming tomorrow, hopefully before the big game of Detroit Lions versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And, oh, yeah, it's cool to also say that on SmackDown last night, it was in Cincinnati, and they were mentioning about the game where the Bengals were going to take on the hot team, the Detroit Lions. I mean, Detroit is kind of hot right now. They so far on a 3-game winning streak. Yeah, last year they kind of were on a. They kind of did that. First they went 1-1. They won their first game, lost their second, but then went on a 12-game winning streak after that. Went 13-1 before they lost their second game, and then the rest was history. They were going 15-2, the best record in their franchise history. Right now we're 3-1. There's a chance that the streak can grow and maybe be better than it was last year. All can hope. But I tell you the truth, nothing's more powerful than the fans of the Detroit Lions. Because a lot has changed after all these years. Now it seems Detroit is back to its ways like it was back in the 50s. I'll be right back in 5 minutes. All right, no problem. But yeah, Yeah, it's funny that WWE mentioned that when they were last night at SmackDown in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think it's Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't know any other Cincinnati other than that. But yeah, talking about the game that's going to happen tomorrow. Cincinnati taking on Detroit. Detroit be ready to whoop that ass. And of course, I'll be excited to see AEW tonight. See what's going on there with that. It looks like they also were setting up stuff for last night that Dynamite. It's funny because then the 6-year anniversary of Dynamite, which was this Wednesday, we've seen the shocking return of Andrade El Idolo on AEW. Funny, the first ever wrestler to go from it was in WWE, jumped to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW. It seems like they're going to try to do something with him now because last time, I guess he just didn't do much. Lazy DM. Yo, hey there, Lazy DM. Because now they have Andrade be part of the Don Callis family. And man, Don Callis is, God, the guy just looks like he deserves to get punched in the face. Them belts are fire, bro. Thanks. Yeah, got a lot to my collection. And maybe getting more. Get up to maybe close to 50 belts. Right now I'm at 47, and I think I got orders coming in. One that'll be coming in hopefully this week. Now I just saw a message from I think his name's Rana Zama. I I think that's his name, Rana Zama. He now has the order shipping out, and he's shipping it out. I think he shipped it out yesterday, and means it should be coming in anytime this week, or at least this upcoming week. That's sick, man. Thanks. Uh, thanks, Lazy DM. Yeah, built up quite a collection. I mean, after all, I've been doing this for almost a decade. And then when I first started my channel, almost 9 years ago, I only had 3 belts. In fact, I think I only had 1 belt in my collection back. No, wait. Yeah. I think it was like 2015 or 2016 when I got my first belt, which was the network logo belt. And then when I started collecting, I think I had at least 2 to 3 of belts in my collection when I started my channel. One, I mean, there being my network logo belt, the Intercontinental, and I believe that and the United States belt. There were only 3 belts in my collection at the time. And then when I started doing the channel, I got up to like 4 because a buddy of mine gave me his commemorative big gold, but then sold me his replica big gold down the line. Who's your favorite wrestler? It's gonna be Undertaker, man. You should already know. Hands down, Undertaker. I mean, I won't have the name DMTombstone belts for nothing, man. But we're talking about active wrestler, and depending on which brand, let's say for WWE, it has to be when it comes to WWE, I'm gonna have to say Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. AEW, I would say Maybe John Moxley. Or the Jurassic Express. I kind of like Jurassic Express, like Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, mostly because of the theme. But yeah, I would say Darby Allen be up there with one of them. And TNA, I mean, come on, say his name and he appears. That's right, guys. I'm a big fan of Joe Hendry. Oh, I guess me saying his name, he don't appear. Now it'd be funny if actually I did do that. Somehow I get a message that says Joe Hendry wants to join, and then you hear his theme song, say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. That type of stuff. Looks like I may not get Steven Hendry. Maybe he's sleeping in again. But chances are I could probably get him on Sunday. Who knows? Yeah, so stuff. I'm still just waiting for my stones to come in. Here they may come in early. Just waiting on them. Maybe they'll come in later on today, so I can start process of restarting my belts again. After all, I want to try to see if I get past 17 Florida Stone and go to 18. Seems like the number 17 has just been a number I can't escape from this year. Until, to say, like, when it comes to the world titles, I had 17 of them in my collection until I got the Backlund belt. I wish they made it the 18th one. Hopefully soon when I restone my replace the black stones with the black pubic zirconia stones on my undisputed WWE championship, I can have that be the 18th Florida Stone belt. Yeah. And of course, they also announced about John Cena's final matchup on Saturday night's main event, December 13th, in Washington, D.C. A lot of people would have thought suggesting that John Cena should have at least his final match in his hometown, kind of like how Goldberg did. But Goldberg never liked that final match to begin with. Maybe it was a bad idea. Maybe that's the reason why they make it the John Cena's final match shouldn't be in his hometown because they're afraid of how it may be, and Cena may not like it. But supposedly Cena has no creative control on who he wants for his final match and stuff like that. Supposedly. Yeah. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, wow, almost really. Yeah, had to work over last night and didn't get any sleep till 4 o'clock and waking up at 8. So I'm a little bit not all there, a little lightheaded in that, but at least get through the live stream here and maybe rest for a little bit and then maybe get back to watching that new series on Netflix, Monster, the Ed Gein story, because it was made by the people that did the one for Dahmer. When Dahmer was a big hit, and of course the Menendez brothers. Now they add the Ed Gein story, and chances are they may add more. Maybe we'll see Ted Bundy or John Wayne Gacy, or even well, what else? Who other killer would I have been would be known? They already did Dahmer. They've done the Menendez. Now Ed Gein, who helped inspire iconic horror icons of the movie, like Leatherface or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Norman Bates from Psycho, and of course, who could forget Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Maybe other ones like maybe Pee Wee Gaskins, where they have a reference to where he talks to a guy whose name would be Charlie Green. If you guys don't know, watch look up like Angry Grandpa Storytime. He made like 3 videos talking about how he he ran around with a friend of his called Pee Wee Gaskins, and turns out he was South Carolina's infamous serial killer. That's right, guys. If you didn't know, Angry Grandpa used to hang around with a serial killer, and he was lucky enough to escape him because he said one time they were drunk at a bar and he bashed his head up against the bar, busting him open. And Pee Wee just looked at him. He's like, "You're lucky. You're my friend. You would have been in my graveyard tomorrow." Then one day he sees him coming in from the police, thinking he's just drunk and that, and he was took him to the jail cell to sober him up. Then heard on the news that he was wanted for numerous counts of murder, and found out he was a serial killer. Boy, wouldn't that sober you up real quick? If not yet, made you get clean real fast on alcohol and shit. I know it would for me. I mean, to think your best friend, the one you chat with for how many years, and it turns out the guy was a serial killer the whole time. Yeah, I would say I've definitely not been fucking around for so long with that. But then again, I had something like that happen to me before. Like a guy that was at my work, we a couple times gave him a ride home, like twice. Because they back then it was a couple years ago. Me, my brother, and and our best friend Alex. We all worked at the exact same factory, the one I still work at now. Uh, there was this guy that came in. I think he was supposed to be a hilo driver, if not yet a replacement material handler. I forget what position he was in, but he, I think he always get rides to work, and he couldn't get a ride, so twice we ended up giving him a ride home after our shift. This was the time when we had a third shift, when it was 11 p.m. to like 7 in the morning. Yeah, I was a night owl back then. Now my time schedule is like from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. But it was a lot different back then. Oh, I hear the tornado sirens going off the first Saturday of the month. But yeah, anyway, we had no idea who he was. And one day he didn't show up to work and that. And then I hear the news, then we heard from the news or something like that. turns out the guy was arrested for public indecency. And I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna talk a lot about it or even describe it here for you guys because, again, don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube's guidelines of what I may explain about. But yeah, let's just say he did some perverted stuff. And the thing, we gave this guy a ride, and he ended up getting arrested within the, I think, 2 weeks of his job. Haven't seen him again. But yeah, he was probably on that sex offender list after that. But man, we gave this guy a ride, and it turns out the guy was doing some messed up stuff. Well, we thought you be careful after that. I'm surprised if we ever gave anyone a ride. Well, actually, no, we did give someone a ride, but he was a guy we've known from work for a long time. But he's no longer there. He's retired now, so we don't hear much about him. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta be very careful who you work with or know. Because you may never know if the one person you give a ride to could turn out to be the next serial killer in your area. And it just freaked me the hell out then. Especially talking about it now. Wow, already going on 15 minutes. Let's see if I could try to get to an hour, maybe see if anything changes. If not, I'll cut the stream here. But yeah, updates to let you guys know. My orders will be coming in soon. At least one of them right now. Still no word on the second order, and the third order still in the process of. Hopefully, I'll get all three orders and get them time where I can unbox them for you here live on the streams, or I'll do a video unboxing and review them for you on my main channel. But yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll probably do the outro right now. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. Make sure you like the stream if you do. And as well, if you're new to my channel, check and you want to know what I'm all about, especially about the belts. I do reviews on these belts and reviews of many other stuff of wrestling on my main channel. Check it out. I have 439 videos. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Right now, I'm at 772 subscribers. Let's try to get me to 800, guys. That's just 28 more subscribers till I reach 800. And then so we could do another, maybe possibility of another belt giveaway for you folks for the end of the year. Uh, all right, and also follow me on my social media, like on X at DMTombstone 96, and as well on Instagram at DanielMe96, where I may post stuff there, but I post stuff here on YouTube. And oh yeah, also don't forget to ring that notification bell, ding ding ding, so you guys be notified from when I do the next live stream, which is obviously tomorrow, maybe around the exact same time. I'll say shout outs to my friends like Dex, who got me into streaming. He does streams as well, mostly involving music, but he also has another channel involving wrestling called Wrestle Chat Talk. Go check that out. As well, my friend Stephen Hammer, Stephen Hammer, who does belt related videos as well. I think his most recent one he did was about the TNA World Championship that he got from a friend of his. Anyway, I am DM Tombstone Belts, and for DM Tombstone Live, signing off. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody.